My name is Osuna and I am a senior at CVLCC High School. This year I have the honor of being the co-CEO alongside Isabel Escobedo of the Proposition Party 2020 project. Without further ado, I will be presenting to you today the County Board of Supervisors. Please keep in mind that the information I provide is only a few, I will only provide a few issues that both these candidates want to address, and so I highly recommend you going to their web pages, which are provided in the presentations that we shared out below on the notes section. And if you find them there, you will find more information about these two candidates, which I highly encourage. Moving on, we will get started. And before I begin, both these candidates are Democrats, and they're both running for the County Board of Supervisors. So let's begin with Nora Vargas. Nora Vargas attended the University of San Francisco as well as San Diego State University. She is the Executive Director of Latino Issues, Vice President of Planned Parenthood Southwest, currently President of the Southwestern College Governing Board, and former board member of CalSTRS, which is the largest educator-only pension fund in the world. Nora Vargas has been endorsed by different organizations and elected officials. Some of these organizations are Planned Parenthood Action Fund on the Pacific Southwest, San Diego County Democratic Party, Democratic Women's Club of San Diego County, Sierra Club, Martin Luther King Jr. Democratic Club. As for the elected officials and local leaders, some of the individuals who have endorsed Nora Vargas include Congressman Mike Levin, Congresswoman Susan Davis, State Treasurer Fiona M.A.C.P.A., State Controller Betty T. Yee, State Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara. I'm now moving on to the issues. So again, these are just a few of the issues that Nora Vargas wants to address. So please make sure to look at her website, which is provided below. So the issues that Nora Vargas wants to address, the first one is affordable healthcare access. So Nora Vargas has been a healthcare advocate for the past 30 years, and she hopes to implement comprehensive healthcare services, mental health care services, and in-home supportive services. So Vargas wants the San Diego County to enroll San Diego residents in assistance programs such as Medicare in order to help Medi-Cal in order to help vulnerable populations. So this will be done by collaborating with clinics and healthcare providers to meet the needs of communities and to strengthen these support programs. Nora Vargas also wants to address homelessness and affordable housing. So Nora Vargas believes that everyone has the right to shelter, and she wants to address these housing issues. So Vargas hopes to do so by engaging with services collaboratively and by creating plans for those who are homeless. Vargas hopes to address the housing shortages and the high rental prices in San Diego, and she wants to create affordable housing for young individuals, working and middle-class families, senior citizens, and more who might be vulnerable, especially during these times of the pandemic. An additional issue that Nora Vargas wants to address is climate and environmental justice. So Nora Vargas wants to address this by holding the government accountable. She also wants to use county resources to help our communities and coastal cities from the untreated sewage waste that is coming from the US-Mexico border. Nora Vargas also wants to invest in public transportation that will be reliable, affordable, and accessible so that individuals can have greater mobility and so that our most vulnerable populations are protected. Nora Vargas also wants to implement an aggressive climate action plan focusing on accountability that will set guidelines and goals for the county and regions. Equally important, Nora Vargas wants the San Diego County to sign on to the Community Choice Energy Joint Power Agreement, which is a plan for the city of San Diego to achieve 100% renewable energy by 2035. In doing so, Vargas hopes to provide residents with choices for affordable clean energy that will bring jobs to the region. Now again, Nora Vargas has plenty of more issues that she wants to address, and I definitely recommend looking at her website as well as Ben Hueso's, who I will now be presenting on. So Ben Hueso, he went to San Diego State University. He is also a Democrat. He was the chair of California Latino Legislative Caucus. He's been a member of the California Senate since 2013, and he is currently a state senator and was a former city council member. So some endorsements include, again, organizations and elected officials. So organizations that have endorsed Ben Hueso include the California Firefighters, Chula Vista Firefighters, Local 2180, Coronado Firefighters, Local 1475, National City Firefighters, Local 2744, San Diego City Firefighters, Local 145. And as for elected officials and local leaders, uh, individuals who have endorsed Ben Hueso include U.S. Representative Juan Vargas, State Superintendent of Public Instruction Tony Thurman, Senate Pro Tem Tony G. Atkins, Senator Ben Allen, and Senator Bob Archuleta. So some issues that Ben Hueso hopes to address are mental health and rehabilitation services. So Ben Hueso, he correlates an increase in inmates in prisons, as well as an increase in homelessness with mental health. And so he wants to better policies to fund individuals with mental health issues. So Hueso wants to collaborate with courts to provide mental health and rehabilitation services, especially when it comes to prisons. Furthermore, he hopes to develop a system of care for those who are homeless in order to support them in establishing their independence and self-sustaining life. Hueso also highlights helping these communities in order to help nurses and additional health providers for them to be able to succeed. An additional issue that Ben Hueso wants to address is emergency preparedness and safety, specifically when it comes to wildfires. So Hueso wants to implement a robust fire department and create a greater awareness around 211 services for residents who may find themselves in danger of a wildfire, which are more common here in California. He also hopes to invest in technologies that will help solving and preventing crime. Last but not least, Ben Hueso wants to, another one of the issues that Ben Hueso wants to address is he wants to lead environmental stewardship efforts. Ben Hueso believes that San Diego County should make reducing pollution a top priority. He actually led efforts to sue the International Boundary and Water Commission, IBWC, because of wastewater flow at the Tijuana River Valley. So he hopes to further this effort by declaring a state of public health emergency and by encouraging the San Diego County to become a part of the lawsuit. Again, these are a few of the issues that Ben Hueso and Nora Vargas want to address. And so I highly recommend you go to the links provided below so that you can look at those and find out more about Ben Hueso and Nora Vargas and what their plans are for when they become County Board of Supervisors. And if you have any further questions, any comments, please feel free to leave comments down below. Please feel free to also message us through Instagram or send us an email. And that is all for County Board of Supervisors. I encourage you to vote this year, and thank you so much for watching this video.